the ringside in the Sam Houston Coliseum, and the gentleman in those characteristic long pants that he wears, and you can't call them anything except pants, they are sweatpants, is Jake the Snake Roberts. His opposition, Rob Steiner, powerfully built young man who can look ahead to a long career in wrestling if he manages to get past the earlier matches. He has recently come into the game, but he is a man who learns rapidly and has the power with which to carry out the things that his brain tells him he should do. Twisting arm lock, and as he maneuvers around Jake the Snake, these fans come to life and they start screaming to referee Carl Fergie to tell him that the man pulled hair and used an illegal method of taking the snake down to the mat. Jake is ready. Jake wants to move in with that big fist of his, and as his t-shirt always says, he is cruel, but he's fair. And he figures if a man has been doing something illegal to him, he's going to repay him in kind. You saw it. He did it. And that Rick Steiner is the picture of a powerhouse, I'll tell you. He has a lot of utility in that muscular body of his, and he's trying to get the referee now to do something about the hair pulling because it's happening to him. Jake is getting just a little bit hostile as he walks back and forth, literally. Listen, listen. DDT, and I want to tell you that has become a popular battle cry. As Rob Steiner moves outside that ring to gain a measure of protection, DDT was tempted to come over and plant his foot, but he didn't do it. Kicking a man when he isn't looking is cruel, but sometimes it's fair. Rob Steiner, tough customer, and I want to tell you, a star to be in this game. When you come in with that advantage of having that much body and that much athletic ability, then you're going to go places. Jake the Snake has decided that maybe he's approaching this in the wrong manner, and that turning loose on Rob Steiner might be the way that he can best do something about it. And Steiner urges the referee to get Jake to open up those cruel but fair fists. Jake has caught on in a tremendous manner with these Houston fans. He is a man who has scored well with him. They like what he does in the ring, and they like what he does outside the ring. Body slam, and a beauty. Here he goes for the DDT, that sudden drop into a face lock that literally annihilates his opponents. That is one of the most effective holds that I have seen in many years. Of course, front face lock has existed in wrestling for many years, but it's the manner in which Jake the Snake incorporates it into his general attack that really pays off. You hear it, you hear it. You see the struggle in there as they maneuver around in the ring, and it's Jake the Snake who came up the winner. He's the guy who got the best of that struggle. Here goes for the DDT, and look, I'll tell you, Rob Steiner is acting like Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake has slithered around that ring and escaped a lot of punishment during his career. the 5-minute mark has gone by, and Rob Ricksteiner feels that maybe he can learn to do the same thing. But Jake isn't going anyplace now except at Rob, head on. You can hear that noise, that chant, the chant that follows him every place he goes. Jake now using the soft approach. This test of strength goes to Ricksteiner. Ricksteiner is able to get the pressure on those hands. He's able to bend the back. And now as Jake comes up, he looks for the opportunity to even it. But I tell you, pride is worth fighting for, but it can sure get you into trouble. Jake could find another way out of this, but he was trying to equal the pressure being put on by Rob Ricksteiner. Go, Jake, go. That's not exactly DDT, but when he gets in position for it, they'll give him the DDT chant. So we've got Rob Ricksteiner trying to put Jake the Snake down by sheer muscle. Ooh, he went for the open spot, the wide open space in there under those arms and against the ribs. Pressured down on that top rope, and you saw the snap of the rope. And as we have told you many times, the ropes are really cables covered with rubber. Now Jake's in trouble. He has caught some of the effectiveness of the combination of Ricksteiner's muscle, Ricksteiner's ability, and he is trying to recover from that so that he can move in on this man and take care of him. Jake into the ropes. He got a shoulder. The shoulder swung around and hit him. Offensive move by Rob Ricksteiner, and Jake's in trouble. Rabbit punch, and now he had to fight his way out from underneath with that hard bench press move. Reverse chin lock. Now the Jake go. There on Jake's side, and the Go Jake Go rings out here in the Sam Houston Coliseum. And as Jake moves up to one knee and 1 foot, he's halfway up there, but there it is. And Rob Ricksteiner isn't sure, he's not certain that he can do it with strength, so he gets around for the illegal leverage, and sure did it that time. So Jake's caught. The Snake is in a noose right now, and in a trap too. And as he starts to maneuver, Rob Ricksteiner is able to shift that referee around almost at will as he goes from one side to the other. Is it a chokehold? Well, if that chin remains in the crook of the arm, it's not a chokehold. But if he lets that slip down and uses the forearm against the throat, it sure becomes a chokehold. And it only takes an inch or two of movement to do it. Jake goes for the standing arm lock, the Japanese arm lock. And again, he was jerked off his feet that time and taken down to the canvas. And Carl Fergie's arguing with Ricksteiner. The fans are snitching on Ricksteiner. They're telling the referee that he did pull the hair, but Ricksteiner knows the referee didn't actually see it and is hesitating about breaking it because he knows that he's supposed to see what happens. So Ricksteiner stays behind Jake. He leans in solidly and presses against the back of Jake's head, pushes that chin forward, and as Jake maneuvers around to get into a position. You see him fighting his way up. 10 minutes have gone by. 10 minutes, and Jake comes driving back with that elbow, found tender territory, out of the ring and off onto the floor right here alongside of us, almost in our lap. Jake the Snake. There's Rick Steiner outside the ropes and doing the clubbing, and smash. He smashed Jake the Snake into the ring post, and watch out, here's Jake the Snake. No! He crashed him down into the mat. Tremendous move. And this crowd just jumped up to its feet. Those people just let loose a roar. Look around at this crowd if you can. The people standing up there screaming, and the moment that head
said. Let me tell you something right now, Butch. I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to do everybody else out here a favor. You think I can't whip you when out here? Well, I'm going to tell her right to go right back where she belongs in the dressing room. How about that, huh?
Hacksaw Butch Reed is still the champion.
Here at the Coliseum, following the battle between Butch Reed and Dick Slater. Dick Slater has insisted that they come over here and get...
I've never been so insulted in all my life in front of all these people. First of all, Grizzly Smith, that was a no disqualification match. That means anything goes. Done it. Anything goes. And Butch Reed was knocked out dead on his back, and I had to count 1, 2, 3, and Butch, that's my belt as far as I'm concerned. This is my belt. I'm the North American Heavyweight Champion.
Slater. Man, because I'm going to tell you why. Between you guys out there, yes, it was a no disqualification. You guys can do anything to each other that you want to do. But I want to tell you something.
I should be the champion.
If I happen to be in the way whenever something happens, then that's my problem. But you cannot deliberately, man,
I didn't deliberately do anything to you.
No.
I deliberately beat Butch Reed, just like I said. This should be my title.
Do something to an official and get by with it.
I even told her to stay out of the way.
I'm going to tell you something. That belt is still Butch Reed's. He's still the North American Heavyweight Champion.
Grizz Smith.
You heard the referee's ruling. The referee says the belt still belongs to Butch Reed.
He was out. We had another foul left.
So the belt is still Reed.
Matchmaker Grizzly Smith of the Mid-South says that Butch Reed is still the champion. Now,
let me tell you something, Paul Bosch. I'm going to tell Grizzly Smith and I'm going to tell Mid-South Wrestling one thing. I've been fined more money since I've been in Mid-South than ever before in professional wrestling. But you know something, Paul Bosch? I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I stripped Butch Reed of that title, and now Mid-South has stripped it from me. And I'm going to tell Mid-South, and I'm going to tell these people standing in Houston, Texas something right now. There's going to be no stopping Dick Slater from here on out.
All right, you've heard from all of them. The referee, you've heard from Grizzly Smith, matchmaker for Mid-South. This was for the North American Heavyweight title. The one feature of contention lies in the fact that Slater deliberately attacked the referee. And as the referee explained what happened between the two men, that was their business. But to attack him was not part of it, and he issued the no disqualification for what happened. So that is the explanation. Action starts as it should start, because these two fellows are intent on knocking each other's block off, and there's no question about that. Hanging up near the ceiling, resting on a pole that's about 10 feet up over the ring, is a coal miner's glove. And that glove will be put to use in this match, provided one of these fellows can get up there, get that glove, and put it on his hand and go to work. There's the pole, as you saw, with the glove on top. And Hacksaw Duggan got off in characteristic fashion with that wild stomping move of his. And he's going to test. He's going to test the Mad Dog to see if he can sneak over to the spot where the glove is, or at least be able to get his hand on it. But instead, he's got a Mad Dog who has sunk his teeth into his leg and is making the most of it. Now, and this Mad Dog, believe me, is the kind of a character you are not going to take lightly and not mess with. But Duggan isn't the kind of a man who messes lightly with anybody, and that's why this match has reached the stage where the coal miner's glove has been called on to settle the feud between them. Will it settle the feud? It has settled a lot of feuds in the past. That is the one thing that you kid keep in mind. And there was Duggan, who baited the trap. He climbed up there and had his eye on the Mad Dog and then caught him rushing in. So Sawyer is on his knees, and he's as dangerous on his knees as he is standing on his feet or any other way. He has just gone after the eye of Hacksaw Duggan, and Duggan, who has only one good eye, is very, very particular about what happens to that portion of his face. So the Mad Dog has gone to the outside. The Mad Dog folds up the chair and right across the back. And this battle, which is for all the marbles on an all-out basis, Sawyer's back in the ring. He's showing these fans now that he's the man who was able to get back up into that ring, and Sawyer is now outside the ring for the same he has rushed Duggan into that steel barricade, that iron barricade around the ring, and purpose, you can see that top strand of band of metal is strictly to keep people from coming into ringside and the wrestlers from going out into the ringside. So now as Duggan comes up, that chair found his head and found it with a solid thump, I want to tell you. That was as clear-cut sound as you could possibly hear in this building. Duggan trying to go up on the outside to get the coal miner's glove. Duggan didn't make it, and Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer has used that pole in a way that it was never intended to be used. There goes the dog after that leg again, to come in there with those teeth of his and to chomp down. Duggan on his knees. Duggan being dragged up and bear hugged by a man whose arms are comparatively short, which gives him an advantage in applying the bear hug. 5 minutes have gone by in this wild and unpredictable battle here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, a coal miner's glove, is resting 10 feet above the ring on a pole, and nobody has made it yet. Sawyer hasn't tried. Duggan has tried several times. He knows that they may get a lucky break even if he hasn't got Sawyer stretched out. He may be able to get up there and grab it. Here's the Duggan chant. Duggan, Duggan. And they sound off in no uncertain terms. They have fought Duggan. They want everybody to know it. The broad back of Mad Dog, and the Mad Dog pulls at the chin of the Hacksaw. Ride 'em cowboy, only this is a dog doing the riding, and he has been smashed into the turnbuckle by Jim Duggan. Duggan down. There's Sawyer up. And Sawyer gets... He got the handfuls of hair. He was looking around for it. And Duggan's fans are trying to spur Duggan on to a spurt of action. He has been taking a lot, and he has been giving in spurts. But they want him to get out there and give some of that sustained punishment that he can do so well. Bear hug. Remember, that back has been crashed into the barricade around the ring. That back has been hit with chair several times, and Duggan is having his problems. anybody has problems when they step into the ring with is Sawyer. Sawyer is a difficult puzzle to solve. Duggan, he came out with his elbows. He came crashing down on both sides at once and looking for tender territory, and he did get out of the bear hug. Now Duggan, two-fisted work. He likes that. And as he sets Sawyer up, Duggan is waiting. But he was waiting, and he tried to flip him over, and the two of them, in a move that Duggan made to lift him up and throw him over, the two of them crashed, and both men took punishment. Crotch hold, he's going to try to lift him, to literally stand him on his head, and now Duggan did it. Sawyer's the one who injected the hold into the match, and it was suddenly reversed and lifted him up and dropped him. A lot of punishment with these two guys. They have literally worn each other down here in about 7 minutes of this battle. And as Duggan goes back over to the corner and pulls himself up, he wants to get into a position to capitalize on this feeling and get up that pole if he can. There he goes now for the pull up the pole, and again, Duggan having his problems, and he's hung up on that pole, but he has not yet gotten to the top. He came fairly close that time, but close just doesn't count. It only counts to get that glove down and get it on your hand. And there's Sawyer stretched out on the canvas, and Duggan's a little worse for wear right now. And as he starts to move up to the pole, he watches Sawyer carefully. That could give him the advantage. It won't take long to get up there, and again, it's Sawyer. He's got the hair and he's got the pole, and he inevitably crashed that head into that unyielding pole. So Duggan now is inside the ring. Duggan is on the canvas, and Duggan's head has been crashed into that pole. So at the 10-minute mark, Sawyer has thrown Duggan again to the cold Coliseum concrete, but this time, the first time, he has made his way over to the pole. He looks like he doesn't trust it. And here is Duggan, who came under the ring and came across and has caught him and dropped him and laid him out in the middle of the ring, and the fans here are screaming for Duggan to make it up. He's going to make it. He's got it. And as he starts down the ring, Duggan is possessor of the glove, and he is now about to put that hand into it. And as he comes around, it wasn't all the way in. He's ready now. He is ready to go to work on Sawyer, but Sawyer has the upper hand so far. Duggan has the glove. He hit him with his left hand and drove it in there. And there is Dick Slater has just come down here with a chain with that dog collar on that belongs to Sawyer, and Sawyer has used the chain. So Slater again has interfered in a match between this pair, and as Duggan moves over to the corner, he has stopped it, and oh man, that coal miner's glove puts Duggan on top. There it is, and the winner is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He has scored a win, and there's Slater being threatened by the coal miner's glove. And as Sawyer comes across there, he crashed that into the head of Duggan. Now Duggan's getting it from both sides, and the two of them are wrapping the chain around the neck of Hacksaw Jim Duggan and pulling from both sides at the same time. And this, of course, could choke Duggan completely out of this match or any other match. Sawyer and Slater. Here comes help, Al Pérez. And here comes more into that ring after him. And doing the crashing. Duggan is down. Here's Pérez clears the ring on this side. And the outside goes Slater and the Mad Dog, and they head in the direction of the dressing room. So Hacksaw Jim Duggan gets a tremendous hand from these fans as he scores a win over his arch rival, the Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. So that is there is Duggan being helped, and Duggan sitting up by himself. And that is a good sight to see after the punishment he took days after Christmas in the great Christmas spectacular here in the ring at the Sam Houston Coliseum. Hacksaw Duggan is going to put a dog collar around his neck. There's going to be 8 feet of chain holding him to Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer, and I think that Duggan has some plans.
Fair play, Mr. Boss. Turn around. Old Buzz Sawyer thought he was a big, brave man. He says, Hacksaw, he says, I'll try your coal miner's glove match. And what happened right here in Houston in front of all these people? 1, 2, 3. I finished you off, and then old Dick Slater has to come down and put his 2 cents worth in. But you know, Mr. Bosch, Dick Slater is barred from the building next time. So you're all on your own, tough guy. And hey, I'm a fair guy. Everybody knows Hacksaw Duggan. I'll keep my composure. I'll try your kind of match. I'll go in there and I'll strap that dog collar on, and go ahead and strap your dog collar on and howl at the moon, or howl at the people, or howl whoever you want to howl at. But I guarantee you one thing, when that ring that bell, all you got to do is open your eyes and look at the other end of that dog collar, and you're going to see 6'3", 275 pounds of anger, of fury, of revenge, baby. You're going down. I'm ridding you out of Houston wrestling. Tough guy.
So that's it, 2 days after Christmas, and this match has just been added to an already top-heavy card that is going to make this Christmas season one that you're not soon going to forget as far as the sport of wrestling is concerned. You be there on the 27th of December.